right, so today marks officially starting the 4th week back, 203.2 this morning.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to BioS3 Raw TV. Well, today starts week 4. We're back in the gym. Started at 189, and now we're back up to 203. 203.2, doesn't really matter. But anyways, 203, we'll go with 203. So within that 3 weeks time, I've definitely felt my physique coming back. I've been feeling stronger. Now, I really want to stress this a lot, right? Going through hard times and not learning from mistakes that you've made in the past is bad. Okay, it's a stupid thing. So my pec tear, which still gives me PTSD, to be totally honest with you, I learned through that whole predicament that moving too fast, getting back into things, can lead to a very serious injury that's going to affect me the rest of my life. So it's hard for me to hold back because I was out of the gym 10 weeks. So I'm going to give myself 10 weeks to break back into the gym before I actually start training hard again, because I want my body to readapt. I realize that I've adapted the opposite way for a while. Now it's time to start adapting back in the direction of getting bigger and stronger. And if I jump on there and start pushing it like I did when I was coming back to bench pressing, an injury is going to happen. That's all there is to it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And that is not what I want right now. Being out of the gym for 10 weeks has really opened my eyes to the fact of how much I love training, how much I need it in my life. Not for vanity reasons to be big or whatever the case may be, but for that feeling, the endorphins, the working on yourself, the spiritual, the mind-body spiritual link, for me at least, that when you're training happens. Like, I need that in my life. And it's not a bad thing. It just is a form of release for me that gets me through my day and helps keep me level. Right? So it's like, it's not a drug, it's not a supplement, it's an act, it's an activity, it's a hobby, whatever you want to call it, a way of life, a lifestyle, but it's what keeps me sane. It keeps a lot of us sane. I think that we really realize it now way more than we did before the pandemic started. So today we're going to head out and do back and chest today. So introduce you guys to Jorge and Yumi. So Jorge and I first met, I was actually his trainer. He contacted me to train him online. We did online training. We did some in-person sessions. We did, I forget how many shows, quite a few shows together, 3 or 4 shows together. He got his MuscleMania Pro card, the show that I helped him with. So he turned pro in MuscleMania at that point. He switched over to the NPC. And over the time, the course of like the last 4 or 5 years, we've become friends. We're always around kind of hanging out and stuff. And he reached out and said, hey man, listen, like you can come train in my home gym if you want. Like, I know you don't have access to a gym. Like, come out here and train at my home gym. And for 10 weeks, I couldn't because they had interstate travel kind of blocked off. So they had police officers stopping people when they were driving over into Maryland. So finally, when that was up, he's like, I know it's been a while since I offered, but the offer still stands if you want to come out, train here. And I was like, okay, you know what? Like, 10 weeks, I can't take this anymore. I got to see what it's like to be back in the gym. And I did. And I've been over there for the last 3 weeks, and this is starting the 4th week now. So we're going to go over doing chest back. And you guys can see where I'm starting at. Jorge has been on point the whole time. He's had his gym. He's been, never misses meals and stuff. So you guys will be able to see where he's at. I think he's in the mid 180s right now, which for him, when he diets down, he's in the 150s, somewhere around there, lightweight. But yeah, we're going to get after it today. But again, it's like one of those things where I got to hold myself back, and it's hard. It's hard to hold yourself back. You just want to go and be normal again and get back to where you were. But then you have to just take a step back and go, look, I hurt myself doing bench presses like that. I went too far, too fast. If I do this dumb shit again and hurt myself, that means that I got hurt for no reason at all and didn't learn my lesson. And I don't want to repeat that lesson. It was a painful lesson. It hurt, and it's going to affect me the rest of my life. So that's not what I want to do. So let's get we're going to get all the stuff together, which is our supplements we're going to take with us, Intrapost, get Brady on his walk, and get out of here. Hey, bud, want to go for a walk? You want to go on a walk? All right, come on, let's go for a walk. Come on. Okay, yeah, Dad, let's go for a walk. Okay, Dad. Okay, are you kidding? No, I'm not kidding. Come on, let's go for a walk. Let's go. You gotta put your harness on. Come on. Attaboy. You gotta stretch first. Show me a stretch, okay? You gotta stretch. Stretch your muscles. It's like, fuck you, Dad. I'm stretching shit. Dirtbag. All right, buddy. Where's your harness? Here we go. All right, come here. Put your harness on. Come on. Come on. Come on, buddy. Attaboy. Good job. Put your feet in the harness. Put them in there. Okay, put your feet in. You can do it. You got 1, 2, you don't, no, you missed the other one. Almost, but hang on. This is a shit show with the camera, huh? 1, other one, put it in, there you go, you got it, good job. Trying to put a harness on with one hand, holding a camera, it's not easy, is it? It is not, but we can get this thing locked on. Man, Daddy just sucks holding the camera doing that shit, huh? All right, we're good to go, okay, come on.
All right, let's get this shit done. Make sure you see what it is. Like, Jerry, what the fuck you put in that bottle? So I go 1 and a half. Because it's growing season right now. There we go, ready to roll. I have to drop off these 2 pairs of Yeezys. So I sold a bunch of Yeezys and I got the price that I wanted for them. So the way to Jorge is we have to drop these off. So my Yeezy collection that I had, I've had a lot of old Yeezys I don't really wear anymore. And they've had so many new ones coming out. I'm like, you know, I'm running out of room. So I was like, you know what, I could flip some of these. Like business wasn't doing well with GIFT Labs. I could flip these and have more income coming in even while I'm not training people in person. And that's exactly what I did.
So what I did was I took the sneakers that I knew that I bought for a certain amount. There's a certain amount that I wanted for them. In the last week, I brought in $3,500 in additional income just by selling the sneakers that I had, buying low, selling high, creating profits from that. The Sneakerhead Society, it really didn't take that much of a hit, a little bit of a hit during the pandemic, but people were still buying the sneakers. Yeah, you weren't getting as much like the stock market. The price goes up and down with the sneakers themselves. And let's say they were $600 before the pandemic, they're gonna be $400 during, but you only pay $200. So you're still making 100% profit. So for me, what I do is I look at it just like the stock market. I don't say, hold on to these sneakers until they hit hit the peak, because you don't know where the peak is and where the bubble's gonna burst and they drop. I bought pairs before for $1,700 and wound up, they're $300 now. So you have to know when to sell them. And for me, what that means is getting the number that you want. So if I get a pair of sneakers, I pay $230 for them and I'm like, look, I want $500 for them. What I do is I'll put them up for $500, and even if they're selling for $700 or $800 at other places, that $500 is the number that I wanted for them for my profit. It undercuts the other prices, which means mine are going to sell faster or first before the other ones. So a lot of people put them out there and they'll just sit and they're like, oh, you know, I can't sell these sneakers. It's like, well, you're asking for too much for the market value and market price of what they're at right now. You have to watch the market, just like the stock market, to know what you're going to get for them and what they're worth. What they're worth could be, you know, $500 on Monday. On Tuesday, it could be worth $100. On Thursday, it could be worth $5,000. Like, it could literally do that. You just have to have a number in your head that you want, and that's the number that you sell them at. So you hold on to them until you get that number. Once you can get that number and beat out the other people's prices, you sell them, make your profit, boom, you're good to go. So even in times where, you know, money was scarce for a couple months, guys, you know, not gonna lie, it was like, you know, the orders weren't coming in. I wasn't training my in-person clients. Like, money was starting to get scarce. So I said, you know, I need to find another source of revenue. What else do? I do my sneaker thing. I've sold sneakers before. I've made money doing it. I said, okay, let me shift if the opportunity is there. And I looked up what was going on. I saw that sneakers were still selling. I said, let me just see, you know, these numbers are what I want for these. Let me put them out there. All of them sold within a week. We're talking like 12 pairs of sneakers that are well over $400 or $500 a pop in 1 week's time. I mean, they weren't even up there overnight and I was selling 3, 4, 5 pairs. I've been going to UPS literally every day, dropping off sneakers that I bought low and I sold high, and it created another stream of revenue. But at the same time, it makes me go, hey, I could still be doing this even when the pandemic's over. I could still be buying low and selling high. This can continue to be another source of income for me. Even more so, you know, now that the pandemic's releasing and the prices are starting to go up, I could still buy low where I know to buy low, still sell higher my numbers, still beat the numbers that people have out there right now, and have another steady source of income coming in. Like, to me, that was a no-brainer, and it was one of the projects that I worked on while we were in the pandemic. So I'm gonna get these 2 pairs out right now, and I think I got 2 more pairs up right now on GOAT, and then I'll see what else is out there. I'll buy low, I'll sell high, keep doing my thing. So we got shit to do. Let's get out of here.
All right, here we are, Team Toro Personal Training Studio. Time to get to work. Here we go. This is Jorge. Jorge, say what's up, man.
Hey, what's up, you guys?
All right, we're gonna do back and chest today. That's what we're rolling with. All right,
Yeah.
why don't you tell everybody who you are, how we wound up meeting?
I'm Jorge, and we met a long time ago back in a show in 2013. I was at a show for a client, and then Jerry was over there. I could barely recognize him, you know, back then when he used to be 250 pounds or something like that.
You're a big fat bastard.
Yeah, and so we started working it together right away for a show. That was like 3-week prep. And so we made a good difference in those 3 weeks. So then we continued working in the off season, and then worked for that show in 2014, where I won the first overall.
That was a Muscle Mania, or was that?
Yeah, that was Muscle Mania.
Muscle Mania Pro. So you're technically still a Muscle Mania Pro.
Yeah, technically.
Yeah. So now we're it's middle off season. He's kept up with his training fucking like through the whole time. He's good to go. So when they finally open those shows back up, they're ready to roll.
Oh shit, they're back here.
Uh-oh. Hi, sweetie. I see you. Hi. Yeah, they oh, they run fast, man. This is where I wind up. As soon as we're done training, I wind up playing with the chickens for like 2 hours. Hi, guys. I see you. I know, huh? I know. Where's everybody else? Are they down here? Are they down there? Okay, let's check it out.
Dude, I really hope they didn't lay some eggs down here because
You think they laid eggs out there?
not trying to go down here. They keep on like making this like nest. You see that right there? Like those holes, like there's multiple.
They're digging them down there to lay them?
Yeah, they look like.
You think maybe they're comfortable back here? That's why they're going to lay them back here?
Yeah, well, you know, like you can't really find them on those leaves. You go down there and then you're going to step on
Are you
them.
going to have to... I see you.
You know what? We haven't given them lunch.
You guys hungry? Oh, here she comes. Hi, honey. Hi. I know, huh? I hear you. I know all about it. All about it. Hang on, get this one up. Okay, you doing that?
See this one?
They want grass today.
Look.
Yep, there they go. It's time to eat. All right, you ready to go eat? Come on, let's go eat. Come on, let's go eat. There you go. Come on. Haul ass. Book it. You're just like, there you go. Go ahead, atta girl.
Make some gains. We got the new chicken food with more protein. Come on, gotta make some gains. Get in. And Madam Gal. No. Pablo.
Uh-oh.
Pablo, get back here.
Oh, that's where the food is.
Over here. Inside or no food. Come on. Okay, in there. Pablo, get in there. There you go.
And they'll eat it. Was that rice that you gave them, or what was it?
No, this one is like a combination of like oats, peas, wheat,
Oh, wow.
corn, and I don't know what else. It's supposed to have like added vitamins and minerals too.
Oh, shit. So it's
So
like a
that,
chicken feed.
Yeah. So it's good for when they're laying eggs because this ones will be laying eggs like this week. So that somewhere at the end of their cycle later on, the shell on the eggs doesn't become too thin.
Oh, wow.
'Cause that's what happens when they're malnourished.
So you only
The
feed this to
shell
them
becomes thin.
when they're getting close to doing eggs?
Yeah.
Nice.
There's different feeds for different phases of their growth.
All right. Team Toro Training, LLC. And we get rolling in.
All right, let's make some quarantine games.
Some quarantine games, huh? Some post-quarantine games. All right. Dumbbell rows, start light for 45 for the first set. Nice and easy, get a good stretch. What we've been doing for the last 3 weeks, starting 4th week now, is we're not even counting sets. Reps, I mean, you hit a lot of reps.
Yeah.
You do like up to 25, 30 reps per set,
Yeah.
even with heavy weights though. So we just get in, we don't count sets, we just keep going until we feel like an exercise has been done to where we've got the most we get out of it. For me, it's not that much. He could probably do a lot more sets than I do, but we wind up hitting maybe 5 or 6 sets per exercise.
At the most.
At the most, like pyramiding up. So maybe we'll go as heavy as like 80s or something here. You know, Jorge will go a lot heavier than I will.
Yeah.
But you know, then we just kind of with the exercise, keep things going at a pretty good pace. Keep rolling.
I'm like, my joints are older than yours.
So you get the Jose Raymond, you got to warm up for 45 minutes before you actually train.
We had a 15-minute warm-up. My friend literally warms up for like 30 minutes. And he's younger than me. I'm like, dude, why are you doing all that shit?
So Jorge winds up doing a lot of reps and a lot of sets with heavy weights. So you might do 25 or 30 reps in a squat, but it'll be with like 225 or 275. Like it won't be just the bar or like one plate on there. So he warms up the 35s, 2 arms, which I like this exercise too. But I was doing these for a little bit when I was in quarantine, so I like doing the 1 arm because I didn't have heavy enough dumbbells to go 1 arm, so. 4, that's it. Come on. 5, good. 6, that's it. Already push them up. 7, that's it. 8, good stretch. 9, good. 10, up. 11, good. Come on. 12, 13, 14, that's it. Up. 15, good. Come on. 16, 17, 18, good. 19, 20, good. Come on. 21, 22. 23, that's it. 24, 1 more. Good. What's that, 100 pounder?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Throw a couple different techniques in there just to see what they feel like. So it feels so different than training with the rubber bands at home. Like, it's hard, especially because Jorge's been training this whole time. He's still strong, he's still able to do what he does. You come in here and you're completely out of your element and you're weak, you're trying to keep up, then you wind up walking like this for a couple of days because you're so fucking sore and all fucked up. Like, you can't fucking comb your hair back or anything because you're all fucking sore and shit. And all you did was like lift like 60 pounds or some shit, right? Is this team tour or club tour? I like the song, it's White Stripes. All right, so that set was just about a minute long. So that's an idea of how long Jorge's sets are. I can see the time on the thing while I was clicking over here from above. 1 minute sets, that's roughly what it takes them. So if you do 30 sets, you do 30 minutes just of sets themselves. That's not including rest periods and whatever else.
Under attention.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, pull down. One thing I noticed after being out for a while, all the little nagging injuries and stuff I had got healed up. And my flexibility increased. So like when I go to the top, like when you go to the top, you can see your arms extended. I would only be able to get this far out before. Now my arms extend all the way. So I'm like, shit, I think that's a good thing probably. So now I'm trying to just really slowly go like light and slowly build back up, keeping that flexibility so I have another range of motion.
And that disputes the bullshit that people say that lifting makes you stiff.
Right.
That debunks that science right there.
Actually, I'm actually getting more flexible by actually training again. I think the problem was I had these little inflammation problems, like my shoulder joints and shit. Like this one has little cartilage, you can hear the cracking. I think what was happening is I was trying to baby it, you know what I mean? And once the inflammation went down from not being able to train with it and stuff, and it healed, now it feels good. So now I'm like, why don't I just keep doing the full range of motion? You know, so I'm not trying to build a lot of muscle anymore, we stay in that mid-range, trying to keep that flexibility, so hopefully, you know, as I get a little bit older and stuff, I don't have the problems my dad had, you know?
Yeah.
So, I really like the way the bar is set up, with the two things like this.
Yeah.
I wish our gyms actually had stuff like that. I like the way it feels.
They have some like cable machines. You ever notice they're a little different though, but you get to move this thing's in like a circular motion.
Yeah.
The handles here.
Yeah.
You can set it up on those sometimes. My gym has one of those.
Sorry he doesn't sit back a little bit. It's like his range of motion, his angle's a little bit different. I kind of sit a little bit further up and pull down. He uses a slightly different angle. You can see at the top how he flexes and stretches like that. He allows his shoulder joints to stretch out right there at the top. That's something that I couldn't do 3.5 months ago without causing me pain, which I can do now. That's it, man. Nice and easy. Good squeeze. That's it. Good tension. Just a lot of reps. How many reps you do? 35?
I did a couple.
You didn't count. You just said fucking go. Like leaning forward.
Yeah.
When all those joints extend like that, normally they don't hurt. They don't hurt. You know, they just feel good. It's been like 10 years since my joints felt like that. Giving that the best, I probably should have taken time off. I hate taking time off. So, you get joint problems like that?
Yeah.
Just after time, it's just
Way too soon. Way too fucking soon.
sucks, man. But like, being forced to take 10 weeks off, I guess, was a good thing. But now it's like trying to figure out a balance of when I start to have those problems again, if I do, which assuming I would, how much time do you back off for? Can't be 10 weeks. Maybe a week, maybe 2 days, whatever, we'll see. But just having that flexibility back makes me feel like shit. Some progress was made, even though I went backwards muscle wise, some progress made with my healing. So, all right, Jorge's gonna do something a little bit different. You can see he's got these grips here that he's strung over the bar.
And you can grip it farther back.
He sits further back. It's a little bit different angle, but his wrists actually hurt when he does a reverse grip. Just keeps his grip neutral. Allows him to do a similar exercise and get the elbows back a little bit further without having to do reverse grip, which would hurt. We did these last week and I was actually surprised at how well the bar stays like that. Like it looks like they'd slip right off. Did you show Yumi this? Yeah.
But it forces you to keep your lats engaged.
Right.
So that you don't pull more with one arm than the other. So you keep it stable and you keep the tension right there in your lats.
weight in your lats and flexing with the bottom at the same time. So you get that range of motion. But just getting that stretch in feels so foreign to me. I think it's so weird. I'm just happy to be able to have it back. See, Jorge does the 1.5 reps. It's right there. So we'll go full rep from here, and halfway up, back down, and then all the way up. Just like I call it a double hitch sometimes, or 1.5s. So that one set was 1 minute and 26 fucking seconds long. Trying to beat the record from last time or something? All right, moving on to chest. So we've been doing this specifically because I have injuries in my chest. Jorge probably would do incline bars. He's got a bar over here. So he can do barbells, he's got plenty of dumbbells and stuff, but he's been doing this workout with me with all cables. So we start with incline presses. And this really, I'm able to actually train my chest and I don't feel the injury as much because I feel like the injury started to heal a little bit now also from my pec tear. So we hit, I don't know, anywhere from 3 to 4 or 5 sets of these, or it's 25 to 30 reps.
And this one you feel it throughout the whole movement.
Yeah.
It's so much better than the machines at the gym.
I think I actually might avoid the machines and actually start doing these when I get back to the gym too. I feel a lot better. I'm able to contract my chest and it doesn't feel like it's gonna tear. Can't go heavy, but it's all right. Like it's very unstable too, which I like.
But it's like the way the machines force you to stay sometimes.
Right.
They can make you injure yourself a lot easier because you can only do it a certain way. You know,
You're locked in that
adjust
movement.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like this a lot better. Since we've been doing it, I literally think I'm gonna stick with these.
Yeah.
There you go.
Got the Prodigy on the radio. Fire starter. The new version.
Yeah, man, this remix is sick.
I really do feel this a lot. My chest is good. And like 2 weeks ago, I couldn't do this weight. And it still feels good. Like that a lot.
Yeah.
Stick with those, yeah. Into flies. Instead of leg flies, we do seated flies. Just kind of seated crossovers. More like a fly crossover, so you get a good stretch at the bottom and good stretch at the top. Similar with a rubber band. And it makes such a difference so that when you do it with a rubber band, as it stretches, it increases resistance. It makes such a difference having that weight. From the second you move, it'd be the same exact resistance for the whole range of motion. Unbelievable how much of a difference that makes as far as like getting a pump, building muscle. Like
so much different. All those people out there like, oh, just use rubber bands, it's fine. It's bullshit. It's not true. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. It's fucking more shit. It's not true.
Let's see first. Alright, it's good.
Good. Okay. Again, like I said, I think I'm gonna wind up doing these instead of like the fly machine, the shit we have in the gym.
Yeah, the pump.
Yeah.
It's so much better than the machine flies.
I gotta get it out of my head that like doing certain things I don't need to do it anymore. Like I don't need to do dumbbell flies if I don't want to. I don't need to do a machine. Nice and easy, good. That's it. Good. Easy. Good. Let's finish up crossovers. And to get the actual handle down, because my toy pack, I can't push it down, so I gotta pull it down with my elbow, flip it down.
That's what I do.
Make sure I don't pull that back. Here we go, last exercise, man. Push them down. Good, squeeze them down, that's it. This is pretty much a condition he maintains year round. You don't get any fatter than this, right? It's been a long time since you got a little fatter than this, yeah?
Yeah, but you gotta justify it to eat me all the time.
Yeah.
So I can get more McDonald's.
But you're always competing too, usually. I mean, except for this year because everything's screwed up and thing. You're always doing.
Every other year.
Like you do 2-3 shows a year.
Yeah, but only every other year.
That's it, man. Make them work. Make them work. Good. Good. And now we finish up, we actually clean everything. The rubbing alcohol, we just wipe it down. So is there anybody else using the gym, just in case, you know, coronavirus, stuff like that. But it's also good for germs in general, so nobody gets sick. I bet you nobody's gonna get the flu anymore, man. I bet you the flu's long gone. All right, guys, that's the workout we did, chest and back today. Jorge, thanks again, man, for letting us come up and train, brother. I really appreciate it. And you guys keep an eye on Jorge. We're gonna be featuring him more and stuff. We'll be out here regardless. Do you ever ice set any shows this year or no?
Yeah, the end of the year, the Baltimore, and then probably the University of New York. And since they're back to back with nationals, then we might as well.
And what do you weigh right now?
Sure. 180.
180 and probably coming in and around lightweight or middleweight?
Yeah, and probably the welter for the local, depending on the date, and then lightweight for the universe.
Right. So we're gonna keep on tabs on him, make sure that he comes in fucking better shape than he's ever been in his whole life. Which he seems to do over and over again. He comes in better and better, but that's the goal. So thank you so much, Jorge.
Yeah.
We're out.